Hello, my beauties. The Vogue Beauty Advent Calendar is now available for pre-order. Is it worth the hefty price tag, especially for us US customers? We're going to talk about it today, and we're going to go over all the spoilers for this Beauty Advent Calendar. So if that sounds good to you and you are interested in hearing more, then stick around and we'll dive right on into it. And welcome back to the channel, guys. We've been covering lots of beauty advent calendars. I will continue to do so for the rest of the year as it is beauty advent calendar season. Definitely have a lot already out there. I have a whole playlist that's just devoted to 2025 beauty advent calendar season. I started it off with an introduction video about a lot of the advent calendars I knew of to date and how our US tariffs would be affecting that and how the duties would be handled on everything, because it's all different for every calendar. So if you haven't seen that one, that was kind of the intro. You may want to go back and watch. It's in that playlist, but we've had several more roll out. A lot of the ones I've covered so far are out of the UK. I've only covered like one so far that I know of in the US. And so the UK ones do tend to drop first. Some of you guys are in the UK, so I know that some things don't apply to you, but the majority of my audience is in the US. So I've been kind of bringing the US perspective to these calendars and kind of sharing what it means for us as far as the duties and tariffs go. So we're going to talk about that really quickly. On this particular calendar, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is they are including all of the costs, all of our duties and taxes and whatnot at checkout. So we shouldn't get surprises. Hopefully, we should know exactly how much we're going to owe, and we pay it kind of all up front at checkout. The bad news is it's pretty hefty. I went through the process. I did share with you guys in my community tab. If you have not seen it, the breakdown of costs for me. I have not ordered this one, just so you know, but I did go through it like I was going to order it just to get a feel for what it was going to be like for me in Florida. And they had calculated my delivery fee and my sales tax, I believe, and the duties. So first they charged me a delivery fee of about $75 based on where I'm at. Now at first it looked like it was going to be $35, and then it changed. And I think it also depends on what date you choose as to when you want it. For my area, I'm in Florida. They were going to charge me a $75 delivery fee. Then on top of that is $100 for duties. So you're looking at almost $200 extra on top of the very pricey calendar in just being an American, just to get it delivered to us. So we're paying a good almost $200 more than UK residents. So that's the bad news. So pretty hefty. But hey, at least we know what the charges are, right? And we're not having to pay separately to get it released from customs, and it's a big surprise, which some of the advent calendars, that's the case. Okay, so let's talk about what this is priced at. Now, it's priced at 355 pounds. When I plugged it in to check out, it came out to like $519 for the calendar. So keep in mind, exchange rates do change, so it might just be a hefty day today on those exchange rates. So that price tag, if you do it another day, it could go lower or higher. But that's to give you a ballpark that it's in US dollars, it is pretty darn high. So when you add the shipping, you're looking at, you're in the $600 range. That is a lot of money to spend for this calendar. Now, they do say that it is worth, in retail value, 1,600 pounds. When I put it in my converter, that is $2,141.12 in the US dollar. So we're looking at over $2,000 of retail value, which is one of the highest values I have definitely seen so far in any of the beauty advent calendars I've covered, including the Space NK, which is like always the big coveted one, right? So you are looking at a lot of retail value. Also keep in mind, this one does have jewelry in it, I've noticed. It's got a little fragrance and some jewelry. Some very high-end, like a bag charm as well, that is worth like 300 something in and of itself. So you've got some items in here that probably are running this a little higher than just your typical beauty items. So just a feel for that overall. I'm counting about 25 products, so it's probably like a 25 days of type deal. And I'm counting about, so far I'm seeing like about 17 full-size items in more of like the beauty, in the beauty sizes, okay, beauty items. But remember, there's like a beanie, there's jewelry, there's other things too. There's a device. So I guess we can count that as full size also in a way. So it's hard to give you a for sure, like there's exactly this many full-size products. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I count about 22. Like there's not a lot that's mini to me in here. I want to think about like 22 items maybe that are full size. But that includes tools, jewelry, the beanie, you know, not a lot of tiny mini deluxe sizes of the beauty products. So let's start going through one by one and see what we got here. So the first up, we have the Ilia multi-stick in Ladybird. This is a full size. This is your multitasking stick. I love the, you know, this idea. This is from Ilia. It's blush, highlighter, and lips. So you can use it for all three or just one or the other or what have you. Okay, so I can tell you on our Sephora US site, they run you $36. This particular shade is sort of a neutral rose color, so very pretty. And again, it's full size, so great to get that in a full size product. I would love that. Next, we have some skincare, and this is nice. This is like a K beauty brand I've been wanting to do forever. That is Beauty of Joseon, or is it Hoseon? I think it's Joseon. This is the Dynasty Cream, but 100 milliliters. So that is a pretty hefty size. That is a full size. Now, I can't find a lot of places that sell it in that fullest size. I'm seeing like about $41 retail value. And this is basically a creamy moisturizer, supposed to really just help with a long-lasting hydration and to give kind of that K-Beauty glass skin look. The look of dewy, plump, and bouncy skin. It is going to be best for dryness, dullness, and loss of firmness and elasticity. Good for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin types. So fairly universal, it sounds like. It has got rice bran water, ginseng root water, and squalane. So all very moisturizing and, you know, keeps the skin feeling really healthy and more energized and whatnot. Now, along with that, my guess is they might put them in like the same container. So this is more than 25 items, actually. It's probably 25 drawers. And sometimes with the beauty advent calendars, they'll put them in the same drawer, like a similar brand together. So that's my guess of how they're doing this. So along with that, you'd be getting another Beauty of Joseon product. This will be SPF, but this will be a 10 milliliter, so probably more of a deluxe size. Now, I just don't know which one this would be. There's a Day Dew sunscreen that's a lightweight SPF 50. Could be that one. Retails at $18 for a 50 mil. So you're thinking like less than that. 10 milliliters is only a fifth of that. So I don't know what exactly, I can't give you a retail value on this. I haven't seen one. I can't find a price out there on 10 mils for them, but this is one I'm guessing it could be. And this has, you know, skincare infused sunscreen, a texture that melts in fast, leaves zero white cast, gives a very fresh, dewy finish. I love, you know, the K Beauty sunscreens. It's probably fantastic. All right, next we have a beanie. This is Loop Cashmere Beanie, and it's in a shade of Midnight Blue. I don't know if this is UK brand specialty. It says that it retails about 70 pounds. In US dollars, that's about 94 bucks. So pretty high value beanie. And I don't know if that's a brand Loop or what, but being cashmere, I guess maybe that's part of it. So I think that's this part of what you're seeing. And you can kind of see a little peek in the little picture. They have a few sneak peeks in the picture of their calendar. Next, we have some Lisa Eldridge, which I always get excited to see. Kitten Flick Liquid Eyeliner. This will be another full size, is what it's considered, 16 grams. And this one has that calligraphy style pen. Liquid eyeliner is supposed to be easy to use. The Kitten Flick, I think it's going to be like a black shade. The retail value on it's going to be $32 to give you a feel in US dollars. We next have more of like a body oil. This is the Nukes, if I say that right either, Nukes multi-purpose dry oil for the body, face, and hair. You can use it multi-ways, so that's neat. This will be another full size, 100 milliliters, so they're not jipping us on sizes in this one, I gotta say. You can actually find this out on like Amazon here in the US. Retails in that size for about $43. And this really repairs, nourishes, and enhances the body, face, and hair. It's got different botanical oils in it and natural ingredients. Visibly helps reduce stretch marks as well. The appearance of them supposed to give like a silky glow type look. And it seems like, I think if it's the same one, it will have a scent. It's got a fragrance in it, essential notes of vanilla, magnolia, and orange blossom. I have never tried any of these, so this actually sounds fantastic. Next have Vive Modern Mascara. So this is from Jamie Genevieve, and I finally have learned how to say it now because the Vive is from Genevieve. So Midnight Mascara, it'll be in the shade Midnight Black. It is considered a full size. Being that it is UK more, they have it in pounds. So that's 26 pounds, which is about $35. So this one has that like hourglass shaped look to it. And so it's going to be for volume, but length also, and definition, and a long lasting, intense pigmented formula. I found the US price on it. That's $29 actually. So a little less than my conversion this time. I don't know. Sometimes it's just different. I don't know why. Anyway, it's supposed to be smudge proof and make the lashes look a lot more defined. So next we actually have a sleep mask device. So this is interesting. It's from Therabody. This one we can find at like Ulta. So I'm seeing it as like 110 retail value. It has gentle vibration. What? No way. All right, so you wear this mask. So first of all, it's going to help block out the light and all. But it's got 3 soothing vibration patterns. So scientifically, it's proven to help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. How cool is that? I don't know why I haven't heard of one of these. I was sleeping a lot with like one of those headbands that's like the headphones built in, and then it blocks out light too. But I have not heard of a mask that actually vibrates. This is really cool. So yeah, it gives this constant like soothing, steady motion or like rhythm. So wow, really interesting. And that is a pretty high retail value. So you're definitely getting a lot of like high retail items in this calendar. Next, we have the Votary Super Speed Facial Oil, another full-size item. So the one that I see is a 15 milliliter and it retails about $43 US. So I'm assuming that's what they mean and consider it full size. So this is to help calm the skin, soothe it, hydrate it, nourish it, give a healthy radiant glow. It's enriched with 22 seed oils, chia seed, green tea, pumpkin, and pomegranate also. This is like a UK one, I think. Good for anti-irritation, and it's like fragrance free, mineral oil free, all of that. So really going to help retain the elasticity in the skin. I've been using facial oils a lot with my gua sha, so just kind of depends on if you have really dry skin, it's great for that, facial oils and whatnot. But being Votary, if I probably don't even say it right, I think it's more of a UK thing, so I've never done this one before. All right, the next one I actually have in my hands, even though it's a UK brand, but it's because it came in the Harrods 12 Days of Hair and Body, which I went for, their beauty advent calendar. So same product. This is from Champo, and it is the Pita Growth Serum. Gonna help really thicken, volumize, and strengthen the hair. So I'll just show you in person, give you a feel for it. I feel like they have a lot of oils in this calendar, don't y'all? All right, this is a 1 ounce. They don't really tell us the size, but they say full size, and that's probably the full size. You know, these like hair oils aren't huge. And they say this runs about 34 pounds. With it not being a US product, I'll just have to do the conversion on it. That is about $48. Next we have Isamaya, and this is the Sculpt Tool. So it kind of looks probably a lot like a gua sha. Am I guessing right? Yeah, I think it is. But it has these like comb things. Oh wait, you could put it in your hair as well. Okay, there's one picture they're using it on the face, and then one picture they're putting in their hair. I don't know about that. Do I want the same stuff that's been on my face to be on my hair? It says the perfect companion for mastering every contour, designed with precision and versatility. This tool allows for flawless sculpting, whether you're adding definition to the cheekbones or creating bold, striking lines. Engineered for professional and beauty enthusiasts alike, it's a sculpt tool that delivers smooth, effortless application, allowing you to create both subtle enhancements and darling sculpted tools with ease. I think it's mostly for the face, but it does have those like comb things. So interesting. It shows that it retails for $60, and I was kind of counting this as one of the full size products. So a sculpting tool, and it looks like it's probably like stainless steel is my guess. Yeah, it just says metal sculpting tool, so probably steel. Packaging's FSC cardboard. Okay. We next have Laura Mercier hydrating primer. They're listing it as primer hydrating, but I guess a hydrating primer probably. And Ulta carries this about $46. The pure canvas one. Have not done this one. It's supposed to plump and smooth the skin, instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and apparently feels weightless on the skin. 12-hour extended wear, provides a hydrated natural finish, and 24-hour hydration, and protects the skin's barrier function instantly and over time. It's got glycerin, a skin perfecting complex of rose extracts that work to moisturize, protect, and smooth the skin. And yeah, it's going to be considered a full size also. And then Surratt, did I say that right too? Sorry guys, I'm terrible with pronunciations. It's bad enough when it's anything US, but then any of these UK brands, I don't know. I don't think Surratt is it? But I'm bad with pronunciations, so sorry about that. This is the Soufflé eyeshadow in Gris Doux. Okay, I know I butchered that because that sounds French, and I always butcher French. It is going to be a full-size product. They say 5 milliliters, but like an eyeshadow. So very nice, high-end, but a single shadow. So we're paying $48 for this. It looks like a beautiful shade, very metallic. And it looks a little almost shimmery too, like a little sparkle of shimmer in there. Long wearing color and dynamic shimmer combined in this rich, bouncy formula, intense pigmentation with a whipped, silky feel. Spirited, glimmering color. So looks great. I've never tried Surratt, and forgive me again if I say it wrong. So even though it's like a single shadow, it's still gonna be considered a full size because they're not giving you like a little mini of the version. It's like what you would buy alone. All right, so now we're looking at the jewelry, and we have a mixed metal bracelet. Now, this is the Tilly's Fayes, if I say, I know I don't pronounce that either. So mixed metal. So it's basically two different colors, you know, like more of a silver and then kind of a gold together with that gold on the chain. But if I have the right piece, it looks like it retails you $355 for this jewelry. So this is part of what you're paying for, so some of these jewelry prices. And if it's the same bracelet, it's still sterling silver with that 18 karat gold plated silver too, and that two-tone design, a little hook swivel clasp fastening. So I think this might be the one. If it's not this exact one, it's going to be something in a similar design like this. So getting a little jewelry also. This is your Vogue, so it's like your beauty and a little fashion in here. We also have a candle, so the Flamingo Estate candle. Now, I just don't know exactly which scent because there's several different fragrances in this line that are all Flamingo Estate candles. It says it's a 4 ounce. So that's going to be one that I don't think is a full size. I think your full size ones run you like 8 ounces. And those retail about $75. So think about half of that. So probably not one of the full size ones that they're counting. So half of 75, almost $40, I guess. Still pretty pricey. All right, then we're going to get machete. We're going to get the grand hair clip and a French pin as well. So we're getting like hair pieces. So I feel like I've gotten machete before, maybe in my Rachel Zoe box. Was that where it was? They're very like handcrafted, pretty designs on them and whatnot, eco-friendly. So I think you pay a little bit more for this brand. quite a bit more for some of these. Like we're running in like the 60s and stuff on some of them. I'm seeing in pounds, the hair clip is 32 pounds, which runs you about $43. And then the French pin is 27 pounds, which would run you about $36. So a good bit for hair pieces, but you know, I think they're very like solid. They have like nice designs in them. I'm trying to think if I have one. I want to think this is machete, the same, you know, you can see the feel of it. Like this looks like stone almost, you know, it's really beautiful. Kind of looks like granite countertops or something. So I think that's part of what you're paying for, and they're very solid. Like you can wear them and they don't break. Okay, this next one, I'm going to try to keep family friendly. It's the name. Okay. This is by Sam McKnight, the Happy Endings Nourishing Balm. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. It is a full size product, and this is for the hair. It is to defrizz and help with like split ends. Retails you $50. That's at 80 milliliters. So it's got, you know, conditioning pro vitamin B5 and shea butter, mushroom derived chitosan. Is that right? Microcapsules for softness and extra shine. So especially good for the frizz and flyaways, which I've got going on for sure. Makes the hair softer and smoother as well. And then of course we have the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Blush Wand Pillow Talk. Do I have this one? Here we go. Blush wand? Nope, another light wand. What shades are these? Not the shades, but fairly similar. Her blush wands are wonderful. Pillow Talk is that classic kind of pink, you know, her classic pink and everything. And it retails you about $42. More of a matte in this particular one, which I don't have. I have more of the light ones. So they're more like highlighty, what I have. So I won't do like a swatch on this, but it's going to be more of the matte in the liquid blush wand. And that's considered full size. We then have Charlotte, but this time a different Charlotte, Charlotte Mensa, the finishing spray, considered a full size also. Now, I'm actually not really sure exactly what they're referring to, because most of the products on the site are like oils, but there is this shine enhancing mist. It adds a finishing touch to styled hair, tames flyaways, and seals in shine. So it's like, it's a spray still, but kind of like an oil form, I think. It's enriched with a blend of natural Zinnia, tangerine pill, lemon oil, and argan oils for optimum nourishment. So I'm assuming this might be it, the Manchetti Oil Mist, and helps protect against environmental damage and daily wear and tear. This retails you about 40 pounds because I think it's a UK thing. So that's gonna be about $53. So I'm thinking maybe that's the same thing, hopefully. All right, next we have the Sol de Janeiro Beija Flor Elasti Cream. This is a full size also, the 150 grams. Now 150 grams I thought was probably around like 5 ounces, but their standard size is about 8. And then their mini is like 2.5 ounces. So I'm gonna go with the 8 ounce, probably around in there is their regular size, and that retails you $48. Collagen supporting body cream. It's infused with Sherosa 68, which is a fruity floral scent, visibly plumps the skin with vegan squalane and cacao oil, a bioretinol. So really working on the anti-aging 2 body cream. I love all their body creams Sol de Janeiro makes, honestly. Right, we have also a fragrance. I don't know which one though. I'm seeing Disclothec. I don't know if I say that right either, guys. And in a full size, so they're saying 50 milliliters. They're saying it retails 120 pounds, running about $161 US dollars. And fragrance is one of those that is tricky with their international delivery. Like if they get too big of a size of fragrance, they can't ship it. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to handle fragrance in this advent calendar. That could be where some of our duties are coming in. They might be paying extra for that to ship fragrance. I'm not completely certain, but that's where they can run into trouble, is on the fragrance. You know, I'm seeing a lot of like $160 retail values on everything. I just don't know which fragrance this would be. So that's kind of a shame that we don't know. But Verdun Nocturne Sleep Mist. I feel like we could have gotten this in another advent calendar too. I feel like I've covered this. Maybe Liberty London, possibly. Retails you about $44. This will be considered a full size. They're saying 60 milliliters. So the one I'm seeing is Yeah, 60 milliliters, and that retails $44. Now, this is where you infuse your bedroom with Nocturne, a dreamy, comforting blend of soporific herbs and lavenders. So, probably has some lavender base to it. And this is something you can just spritz on your pillow or wherever before bed, or like your pulse points or something like that to aid with sleep. All right, next we have Biodance. We would get a Bio Collagen Real Deep Mask, and that's going to be a pack of 4, and a collagen cream, a full size, which is 50 milliliters. So I see a set of this at Sephora that runs you $19 retail value for 4 masks. Really helps a lot with pore minimizing and firming care. Got collagen and niacinamide, a very highly concentrated gel type facial mask designed to enhance skin elasticity, to hydrate and diminish the look of pores. And then the collagen cream as well. 50 milliliters, again, full size. I see it at Sephora. I see it at Amazon. On Amazon, they've got a sale on it, but in general, it was originally listed at $45. So it has mineral water components that accelerate collagen production. It improves elasticity, gives smooth, radiant skin, enhanced collagen absorption, should be safe for sensitive skin, all of that. All right, and then very exciting, La Mer, very high end. The Macy's Beauty Box made me fall madly in love with it, but very pricey. Okay. So 2 things of La Mer. One is the rejuvenating night cream, but it is 7 milliliters. That is tiny, but keep in mind that only 30 milliliters, we've talked about this before, which is 1 ounce, you know, in American sizing, it runs you $230. So 7 milliliters, which is nothing. That's tiny as can be. 7 and 30 is going to be like 1/4 of an ounce, I guess. So 1/4 of $230. I don't know. You're still looking at like $50 at least, right? Retail on that, but it's going to be a tiny, tiny little size. I think I had either a 1/2 ounce or maybe even a 1/4 ounce in my Macy's Beauty Box. I got a 1/2 ounce in my Macy's Advent Calendar last year, and I had like a 1/4 of an ounce, I think, in the Macy's Beauty Box. And together with those 2, I was able to get like 2 or 3 weeks out of it with really consistent use. So I don't think I got a full month, if I remember that correctly. Yeah. But this one is a plush cream, diminishes the visible signs of aging. It's definitely incredible. Really good for uneven skin texture, loss of firmness and elasticity, fine lines and wrinkles. But then they're going to offer us Creme de la Mer cream, which is like the most incredible of all. And this, we're also looking at only 7 milliliters. So they carry the mini version in a 15 mil. Okay, to compare that to you. So that's 1/2 an ounce. And that runs you at $100. So think about half of that if it's 7 milliliters. So you're looking at a retail of like $50 there, but still. Still a wonderful one. This one is like the best of the best. And this one is the iconic rich cream that hydrates, visibly soothes redness and irritation, ideal for dry skin. So this is the one that I love the most. And of course has their miracle broth formula that's in there, you know, the La Mer formula basically. Do I think that it's worth that price tag? I don't know, but it sure is amazing. They're going to be giving us the teeny little baby sizes in this. All right, we have more of this Tilly Saveus, another mixed metal. This time it's a necklace. So I'm not sure which one exactly. There's a lot of different like styles in this, but it's again that same like mixed metal idea. My guess is maybe it matches the bracelet too. And there's different retail prices out there depending on which one it is. So I'm seeing a retail value of 175 pounds, which would run you about 234 retail dollars in US dollars. So again, these jewelry pieces are very high ticket items. And then the last thing that we have is a bag charm. So I think this little heart that you're seeing is what this is. It's from Moschino. And these bag charms, y'all, run for a lot of money. These are your high-end decorative little charms to go on your bags and purses. And I saw that there was a retail value on this one in particular. I can't find it on the site, but I found a site saying that this will retail for 225 pounds. So that's about 300 US dollars. So a little charm worth about $300. Wow. So yeah, so between the jewelry and the bag charm and the beanie, some of these fashion accessories are like, they're adding up. But honestly, okay, so that was it. So honestly, like almost everything was full size. You had very few little deluxe sizes. So there is a good bit of retail in this, and you got a few facial tools that are worth a good bit. Your fashion pieces are worth a good bit. You got a mix of like some makeup and skincare and hair, and then skincare tools and fashion. And one thing of fragrance, right? And then plus like a sleep spray, that little sleep mask I'm so intrigued about too. Some fairly high-end makeup, what we do have of makeup. So, you know, it's nice. It's just, is this worth, for us Americans, you know, $600 price tag? Whew, I guess you got to decide. I have it in my cart. I was gonna buy it, and then I was like, I just don't know. I just don't think I can stomach it. Because I wanted to bring you guys an unboxing, but I'm just not sure. But that's everything, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm going to put the link for the pre-order down in my caption if you're interested. Those who are in the UK, I think this is a little bit more worth it for you than probably for us. I think a big part of the price tag is our extra duties and whatnot. It's still a little hefty. I think it's going to depend on, do you love the jewelry, the bag charm, the beanie, like do you love that kind of stuff that's in there too? From a beauty perspective, it's not super original. I think like the Surratt I'm interested in. I love the Ilia, but I can easily get that other places. And I'm really interested in that little sleep mask. But besides that, it's just not super calling to me. So yeah. All right, well, that wraps it up, guys. So make sure that you stick around if you want to see more beauty advent calendar spoilers, unboxings, you know, lists. I'm trying to keep you guys updated as I see them, either in my community tab or in these videos. So yeah, we will continue to follow beauty advent calendar season the rest of the year. And I also do a lot of other beauty boxes, subscriptions, mystery boxes, specialty boxes, you name it. I do have a few that are priorities I'm definitely going to be grabbing of advent calendars, so you don't want to miss it all. You want to pop that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Bye.